Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Rust podcast. If you haven't listened to one of these before, we essentially discuss a different topic each episode with some different guests from the world of like Rust YouTube and stuff. So today I'm joined by Jambi Plays, Keyworth, and Sir Withrow. So how are you all, guys?
Hello. Good, thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
No, you're more than welcome. Thank you very much for coming. So the topic today is going to focus primarily around raiding. So the problems, the pitfalls, everything really, and looking at each type of raiding. So to sort of get some context, I put a poll out on my Twitter today. Cheeky plug, if you don't follow me on there, please do so. And then you can participate in this sort of stuff. But asking what everybody's favourite raiding style was. And bar some weird comments on spear raiding and pickaxe raiding, the main sort of subjects were satchels, rockets, C4, that sort of stuff, or flamethrowers. So kind of wondering, like, what are your guys' sort of favourite raiding styles as all sort of solo players? So as there's quite a lot of you, not to sort of throw it out there if we sort of go through it, Jambi, what's your favourite way to raid?
I don't really raid that often. The main way that I've been doing it recently over the past is just the satchels.
Yeah.
I do prefer to rocket raid, but as a solo player it's been quite difficult to do that consistently.
See, Withrow, you do quite a lot of rocket raids as a solo player, don't you?
Yeah, well, I did until they nerfed the frag grenade, and
Yeah.
since then I haven't really figured out exactly what I want to do. So,
How do you do it now then, in terms of the frag grenade? How many bean cans is it?
well, since my last series when I was doing all those rocket raids, I haven't done anything other than satchels so far. So,
Really?
yeah, I got on a creative server, and it takes one rocket, 2 bean cans, and 1 shot with some explosive ammo to get a sheet metal door down. So that was the cheapest way I think I found, other than 4 satchels. But
See, I've seen quite a few people doing explosive ammo at the minute. I've personally never actually crafted explosive ammo, which is kind of weird.
it's expensive.
Yeah. What do you use, Keyworth? You use a lot of satchels, don't you?
Yeah, but that's purely through the fact that I can't really be bothered to go out and farm all the pipes required for rockets, and 2, I don't really. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it, and I don't really have the time to as a solo player. I hate satchels. Like, honestly, I hate them. They just take so long.
Yeah, it's awful.
And then you sat there like sweating from your brow, thinking, "Is this going to go off, or am I going to get killed?"
It's already extremely stressful, and then it's just adding any little thing to make it more stressful. Just sometimes I don't even want to do it, you know.
Exactly.
That's why I try and stick to wood doors, you know. So like, just try and get really early game raids in. To just minimize my satchel use.
Well, the problem with satchels and like raiding in general for me is you're never going to find a base that's not airlocked. So you're always going to need fucking 8 satchels, which is a long time to sort of stand there waiting for them to all go off individually. Okay, so like you said, Q, with early game raiding on wood doors and things, I've actually had a couple of comments on some of my more recent videos where I've been raiding wood doors, and people saying not to waste satchels on them.
Waste satchels.
Have you had the same?
I've seen them. I haven't had the same, but I've seen people say it to you.
Yeah, I don't
and
understand.
I'm like, well, unless you want me to go out and get like 82 empty propane tanks and make a flamethrower, I just And it takes so much longer as well with a flamethrower.
The flamethrower's just as
out in the
bad.
open.
Yeah.
It's the pipes mainly, because as soon as I start a wipe, I mean, that's what I'm focused on, is getting pipes. 100%. It takes 6 pipes for a flamethrower, so it's easier to get the 6. It's easier to get the sulfur for the satchel than the 6 pipes. So.
Exactly, and 1 piece of rope. It's not really that big a deal. Like for the poll that I did, looking at it, 17% of people preferred satchels, which is not high. 67% of people preferred rockets. I think that's crazy.
That probably speaks testament to people, the amount of people that are either in a clan or in a group.
Yeah. A solo player, you can't rely on rockets. It's just too much farming to get anything done. You know.
True.
You're looking at 4 rockets to get through 1 stone wall, and then
and that's after you've made a rocket launcher as well, which is what's that, 60 high core?
100.
Like
110 pipes.
That's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
That is a lot of stuff. Yeah. And as a solo player, if you lose that, you might as well just uninstall the game.
I think I did manage to craft 1, and that was that white key with where we managed to sort of defend each other when we went out farming.
Oh yeah.
and we managed to just get loads of high qual and stuff. I've never been able to make one sort of other than that as a solo player.
Yeah. I think we got lucky with that one.
We did. We had a really nice area. But see, looking at it, 4% of people like the flamethrower out of 30 votes.
How much low grade does it take for a wood door? Do you know?
About
it's less
around,
than 100.
It depends how you do it.
Less than 100.
Yeah, I'd say 80 to 120, depending on how you do it.
If you
there's efficient ways to do it, and then there's
that's quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is, but
and then there's the 100. Is it 100 to make one?
Yeah. So
And it's just got 50 in it, don't it? After you make it.
Yeah. You use it quite a lot, don't you, Jambi? The flamethrower.
I've used it a couple of times, yeah, but I think it's harder to use now, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to do less to buildings, more to people or something these days. And,
it don't stick no more like it used to.
Yeah.
It used to. You just be able to tap it a few times and it burn forever.
But now you've got to fucking 20 odd of the stuff that do it, which is just really weird.
Oh shit! Do you want me to leave then?
You can join in if you fancy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, we're discussing raiding.
Ah,
basically.
Cool.
Okay. So we've gone through sort of like what everybody's favorite raiding styles are. What's your favorite way to raid, Rice?
Sort of. Well, I usually play in a group, so. Obviously...
Okay, that's a nice sort of difference to us guys because we're all solo players primarily.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I always preferred sort of the way Group Rust was. It wasn't just a survival game; it was a PvP game.
Yeah.
I've just run up the stairs, so I'm out of breath.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but primarily these days I've been looking to sort of skip satchels, mainly because
Satchels
I'm not a
efficient.
huge fan of them.
And go straight to what?
Well, that's the thing. There's a lack of raiding alternatives, and I guess it's either I go and magically find a rad suit and manage to go to a rad town and get loads of tech trash to make C4, because I'd much rather make C4, or I find the pipes for rockets.
Yeah, C4 it's like 1100 gunpowder for one door, metal door, and then it's 960 for satchels, so it's like a couple extra sulfur rocks to use C4.
But I'd rather use C4, one, because it's more reliable, and two, it's quicker.
Yeah,
so much quicker.
Yeah,
If you get the tech trash, it's reliable.
A lot less likely to be countered.
Exactly. I'd rather get in as quickly as possible, spend a little bit more, than have the risk of someone rolling up.
Yeah, they're really nice. If you get the tech trash.
It's definitely like better if you're a solo player because you don't have a Zerg running up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, but it's getting the tech trash, isn't it? That's the huge problem. But see, I don't know if you've seen. There's been a couple of videos recently about sort of people. I don't know. A couple of you guys have put it as your titles, economy raiding people. But there's a difference between doing it. One, somebody fucking went through a foundation with a spear. I'm not going to name names, Brit. Went through the foundation with spears, took him fucking ages, didn't spend any sort of resources doing it though. But there is sort of ways, but I can't see myself sitting there for 3 hours spearing a stone foundation.
And that's not exaggeration either. It is about that to get through it. Because what is it? 1 HP or 2 HP per spear?
In 3 hours, I could go and farm enough stuff to make 2 C4.
It used to take 40 minutes to stone spear a wall.
What is it
now?
now?
It
I
must
imagine
be
it's
more than
spread
that.
out.
Practical.
They definitely nerfed it, but like if you got a group of 3 players, that's sort of 15 minutes, something like that.
I've got a good question for the group player. How much did the salvage pick help or hurt a group player? Because
salvage pick is so OP, man.
Yeah, but a group is not bottlenecked by the speed at which they farm. It's usually they run out of nodes if you're a group, but a solo player,
definitely not if you build in the right area. I've always built in the desert where there's nodes of plenty.
But the salvage pick totally changed the game for me because if you've went back and tried to use the old pick or the old pick, you can't even use it anymore.
I can't using the old pickaxe now feels to me like using a stone pickaxe.
It's ridiculous.
I can't do it. You don't get enough stuff.
That's
it's
why my
too
last
slow.
couple series is got off to a slow start. Is acquiring that first salvage pick. I just won't use the regular pick, and then you got to find the 5 blades. So I've got off to a slow start the last couple series looking for the salvage.
I must say,
purple boxes now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, they're incredible.
They're really good, especially as a solo player. Like, you can just get geared up so fast. If you find the right ones, that is.
Yeah.
Exactly. You find a nice little bit of wood armor.
Yeah.
Like I found a crossbow the other day, killed a geared guy, got myself a load of armor and guns and things.
I seen you your last. I don't know what video it was, but you got the salvaged axe and then end up losing it.
Yeah, well that's it. I just ran up from the beach, opened a purple box, got a salvaged axe, killed a guy, and then I got crossbowed in the head.
Like,
it was
won't
great.
take me no time to throw a wooden base down.
Well, it was true. I was full of optimism that wipe, and then I
gotta say,
Tilz,
Tilz, your videos. I was always in your comments before I ever made a video. I'd comment on Tilz's videos, and then decided to make them, and Tilz actually helped me out. You know, with letting me type in his chat and stuff. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, dude. Incredible. Your videos, man, are incredible. I watch, like, literally, there is not many people whose videos I watch all the way through when they're sort of like 17 odd minutes. But yours, I just can't fucking look away.
I appreciate that.
Right. So, obviously we've discussed sort of different raiding and stuff, but what would you say is the biggest problem in terms of the few raiding things we have? And I think that's sort of what I wrote down as in sort of my notes, is the fact that we have so few raiding utensils.
Well, the raiding utensils we have don't sort of scale with the building. I mean, you can get, with the new salvage pickaxe, you can get a full box of stone in 20 minutes or something.
True.
As somebody who plays in the group, there's no way that you're gonna like farm the amount of stuff. Like, there's no way a solo player can take out a group of sort of 4 people at this point.
Yeah, it's so off limits.
Yeah.
It's either you're raiding another solo player or you're not raiding at all.
And especially when sort of rockets take metal pipes. Before the component system, I'd done like a couple of 100 rocket, 200 rocket raids. And,
what? Jesus Christ.
Well, since rockets and the component system, XP system was sort of not great for me.
No, I didn't like the XP system.
I played the most in the BP system. I love the BP system. They need to bring back the BP system.
I started Rust right at the end of the BP system, like a week into it.
Really? See, I didn't play the BP system overly much, because when I first came to Rust, I'm going to be discussing this quite a bit in my sort of next video, but I came into Rust and I played with you a lot, Keyworth, and we played on a completely dead server, and we didn't really, this was my perception of the game, we didn't know there was a world outside of like a 4 or 5 man people running around on a server. It was stupid. So you could go out and farm and do what you wanted, and our bases were fucking insane.
They were huge.
And we had all the BPs and stuff, and then we moved on to playing on higher pop servers, and it was a complete fucking game change. But I remember once we were playing together, and somebody had offered in the chat to trade a C4 BP for like 3k sulfur or something, and I was at Tesco, and you rang me to say, shall I do it?
Oh yeah, I remember that actually.
With the BP system, there was a whole sort of underlying economy with sort of BPs where, yes, they were hard to get, and like that was all the complaints on Reddit, but there was also sort of people who were willing to sort of trade your BPs for sort of 10k wood or whatever.
Yeah.
So like with all the sort of stuff they're doing with vending machines and economy now, surely they just ruined the economy when they removed the BP system, because there's no sort of nothing to gain now for farming for people.
Well, that's
it sort of ruined that whole aspect of the game.
That's the thing with the vending machine and the new, which is coming in today, the new the sort of bulletproof window. Yeah, the metal shop.
Oh yeah.
So you'll be able to trade components and things, which will be quite good actually, to be fair. But I haven't actually seen a fucking vending machine yet, personally.
They're 50 high qual, right?
Yeah, they're insane.
They're 50 high qual.
Yeah. And
then like 5 gears or something.
6 gears, 5 gears.
The cost is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The only people that
Would be a clan. A clan would
yeah,
make
but like a clan has no sort of
need to
interest in that. Like the people who play in clans are more interested in PvP and raiding and stuff.
True.
So I don't see how that would benefit them at all.
True.
No, they'll have to fix that if it's that high.
It's just,
holy shit.
You can only really get one on sort of a modded server, can't you? I've seen quite a few people doing it on modded servers.
Like, I'd understand if it was 5, maybe even 10 high qual, but past that point, why am I going to build that? Like,
It's because of the C4 cost it takes, I think.
Well, yeah,
because how many C4 is it?
It substitutes a door, doesn't it? Which is the thing.
Just a sheet metal door.
Yeah, it's the same as a sheet metal. It has.
So I've spent 50 high qual on something that is essentially a sheet metal door
that you can't open.
Yeah, that you can't get through. But you could. But think about it. You could trade 1,000 wood for, I don't know, an axe. I don't know.
Cool boy.
These fucking things. It's the ideas that go through the people's heads. I mean, did we need it? I wouldn't say so.
I think it's a very good opportunity for early game people. If I built near like a spawn point,
oh my God,
and I
yes.
magically had a vending machine, and I put up for grabs like hatchets and all that sort of stuff for the early game people to give me like K wood, K metal, or that sort of stuff, I think then it could be good. But I'm not going to spend that much to do that.
Well, to be fair,
the time it takes as well, you could have farmed it yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
because you need to set up a base with the vendor machine there.
True.
I don't know where they're going with a lot of stuff, like the farming as well. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're thinking, you know.
They need to optimize the game before they start adding new features that are just not really wanted.
Well, no one was
not
asking.
by anybody I speak to.
No one was asking for a fucking fridge. Let's be honest. No one wanted perishable.
Okay, I was talking to Gary on Twitter last week. I'm like, dude, give me a fridge.
No one wants perishable
like
food. Let's be
honest. The fridge is the first step towards perishable food.
Yep, spoilage.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like don't starve. You're gonna have to keep your food, cook your food to make it last.
I find it hard enough to find fucking food as it is. Sometimes depends where you build, but sometimes.
I mean, in areas that are sort of solo player friendly, there's no animals.
Solo player friendly.
You don't want to build. Well, the places where the animals spawn is mainly the desert. Yeah. And that's mainly
clans.
Full of clans.
Yeah.
And,
clans always build in the desert. Every server you go for.
It's because it's flat and there's plenty of nodes.
Yeah. You can see well too.
There's everywhere.
Which to be fair, I love the desert for the main reason that there's plenty of resources there. But I get fucked over every single time I try and do it, which is the shame.
I love the desert for the low grade, and the FPS in the desert's a lot better than in the forest.
Yeah, it is.
It's been a very long time since I built in the forest. You can't find the sulfur nodes anywhere other than the desert.
Can't find any nodes.
Can't find any nodes. Yeah.
When pump jacks used to be in the game, used to build sort of in between the desert and the forest biome.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get the oil.
Which is like, that was weird. I do miss the pump jack because I don't know. Is it a pump jack or is there the pump jacks are at the monuments, right?
The pump jack's what you get crude oil from.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I have crafted one a couple of times back in the very old days, but I haven't crafted a quarry since the fucking BP system. I don't know about
I've not even looked at it in the inventory to craft.
I've never even thought.
I've forgotten it's there.
I don't know what it takes component system, but yeah, the quarry used to be really good when there was a pump jack. We had like sort of a group where we had sort of 4 pump jacks, 8 quarries, and we still had low grade for days.
Jeez.
4 pump jacks, 8 quarries.
8 quarries. It's how the other half fucking live.
It really is.
I never could get along with people long enough to play in a clan, man.
No.
I enjoy it. It's playing solo is depressing.
So how many? Okay, so Rice, as a clan player, when it comes to raiding, and you're saying that you used to get 200 odd rocket raids, you don't get that now, I assume, because you can't find the pipes.
I mean, sort of the limited exposure I have to the component system, not really. No. Although sort of last wipe was my sort of first proper wipe playing.
Okay.
And
how many's a group to you?
well, we were sort of 6.
6. That's not huge.
Well, yeah, we weren't a Zerg or anything. We weren't like a bunch of French people.
No.
French people are so loaded. You see a French guy on the server, you can guarantee there's at least 20 more.
Well, I've always been curious to wonder whether a clan of not necessarily a clan, but a large group, say like 6 people plus, when you if you're seeing a 2x2, and you've got obviously loads of rockets, loads of satchels, whatever, are you raiding the 2x2 or are you saving up and raiding the big bases? I've always wondered.
It mainly depends on sort of if the 2x2's on sort of what you'd consider your territory,
your land.
Yeah. If sort of the person that owns the 2x2's been a bit of a thorn in your side and you want to
get rid of him. Get him out of there.
Get rid of them. Evict them was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I get that. See, I've always thought, because I obviously as a solo player, if I'm using satchels, unless I've got an abundance of nodes and I'm living in the desert or whatever, I'll primarily aim for a 2x2 as my main base size to raid, if I'm using satchels, that is. And I always think, if I'm in a 2x2 and I got raided, I always think to myself, oh fuck, I bet clan did that. But I bet
fucking clans.
Yeah. But I bet they didn't. I bet it was just another solo player that just thought my base looked very attractive to them. I don't know.
You can always tell by who killed you.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I could play in a clan. I wouldn't change my fucking clan tag name. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't for the group I'm playing in. No. See, that's the main sort of distinction between sort of a clan and a group. Mm-hmm. I don't have a clan tag because I'm not a faggot.
I mean, a lot of clans like CML have invited me to go and see like how they operate and things after the first podcast, actually talking about clans and the struggle with playing on a fucking server with the big ones, and they asked me to go and see how they operate and things, and I might take them up on it because I'm really fucking I want to go on a 200 fucking rocket raid.
It's definitely like a completely different series. I know when Jordan Rance played with us for one wipe, and he was saying how different it is to playing solo. But yeah, it's
different. It's a different beast, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when you step into a clan's shoes, you're not seeing the game, because as a solo player, I see the game as I'm fighting for my life, right? I'm fighting against elements, I'm fighting against dogs, I'm fighting against bears and like other people, and I'm like, if I see a group, I'm running the other fucking way. But if you're in a clan, it's right, let's get a base down. Okay, where do we hit first? I assume, because I've never been in one.
And
it's straight at PvP.
It depends on what some groups are all about raiding and they just farm up for rockets. A lot of groups sort of are mainly like people like SES. For anyone who plays on sort of European servers, they're more like, let's go out and roam, get some PvP.
Yeah, well, that's a social aspect too. It's the same thing with like why people play WoW. You know, the interaction with other people.
It's yeah, which is the thing, isn't it? It's the fucking problem.
Yeah, a lot of people like in these MMOs, man, they don't play the game. They just got friends that they've made and interact with, and that's why they like it. You know.
Well, that's half the game.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
The sort of a lot of the hours you spend with people.
The idea is the fact that it's so different. Like, I could play. See, anyone who's seen my videos when I play with Bolby, or
we don't watch your videos.
Well, I mean, that's a very fair point. I understand. I wouldn't either. When I play with Brady, as just me and him, 2 people, it's literally we can farm plenty playing as a 2 to be able to go on a good rocket raid or something. It comes down to sort of how much time you're willing to throw at the game. A lot of the time, as a solo player who works as well or has a life outside of his computer, I can't do it. You know, I can't farm up enough shit.
You can't commit that much time to
How many hours a week do you play, Rest?
That's a fucking fine question. It depends. A lot more on the weekends. Like for a week, maybe maybe 12 hours a week.
Well, like I say, today's Thursday. It's getting ready to wipe. You know, it'll wipe in a few hours. I'll play maybe 2 or 3 hours tonight, and then 2 or 3 hours tomorrow. So maybe 6 or 10 for me per wipe.
Well, so what? You'll get your whole. You're not going to get your whole wipe over today and tomorrow, though. Surely.
I've got 82 hours in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, my last few videos is just Thursday and Friday, maybe a little bit on Saturday. But
really?
That's it.
That's fucking insane.
The series you were talking about with the rocket raids, that was all in 2 days.
No way. Really? Jesus, because I can play fucking. I can get the base down perfectly fine. Like tonight, I'll play like 2 hours, maybe 3, and then play quite a few tomorrow. But I wouldn't be anywhere near a position to be able to go on a fucking rocket raid tomorrow.
It's all a process. I've got it down to science, man. You got to get your little shack down, then you got to get the salvaged axe, and then you do nothing but farm sulfur nodes. That's it. And then in between farming the sulfur nodes, hopefully you kill a few people and you get some footage for your video, and then you do the raids.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have any success with the videos, you got to do raids, because that's what people want to watch, even if you're not even killing anybody.
That's the thing. What you've described there is, to me, playing Rust as a YouTuber. I play, like you say, for the process. My process is set up the base with a little bit of PvP, whatever I get in the middle. Then it's farming, and I'll go on a satchel raid. And then it's farming, and I go on a rocket raid if I can, /C4. And that's how fucking series go. And it's so...
It's paint by numbers at this point.
Yeah, well, one thing I have noticed by sort of watching solo people raid when they upload, they sort of have an aversion to pickaxing like stone floors.
I just can't
bother with that.
Yeah, and also, like Wither said, you can't jump unless there's a furnace there or something. I see no point because, like,
I guarantee there's always a guy in chat who'll let you bag them in for a boost.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely against that, bro.
Yeah, it's not really solo play for the sake of a video.
Yeah, my solo series, dude. I don't speak to nobody. I kill everybody.
I love the way you do it, and people fucking respect you for it as well, don't they? When you just kill every naked you see. Which,
yeah, I kill.
That's
everybody.
what I want. But like, if you kill them, I get plenty of comments that's like, "Oh my god, Tilz just slays nakeds." That's all he does.
Yeah, I got one of those. I was like, you're one of those assholes who kills fresh spawns, and I'm like, it's wipe day. Everyone's a fresh spawn.
All I've got is a bow.
I'm not out looking for them.
No, they just come across your path, and you're just like, fuck you, dude. Get out of here. Running at me with your rock.
It's you or them that might have a spear in the pocket. You never know.
Yeah. Well, most of the time they do.
I thought about doing like a little thing and see if, like a little social experiment, and just see if they'll attack me or not. Try to be nice to them, because I guarantee 90% of them attack me.
Yeah,
definitely.
They always attack. And even if they don't attack, they're waiting to craft something to then attack.
That's what a lot of the time they are just literally passing the time until their spear is finished crafted.
Waiting for a spear craft.
Which, to be fair, I've done it on many fucking occasions.
I did it, yeah.
Like
my second last video. Oh no, yeah, my second last video I did it. I was running away, crafting a spear, waiting.
And then you run through a bush, get your spear on your hotbar. Turn, when they come through the bush, you throw it at their fucking face. I've done it loads of times.
My last video, I was hitting a rock, and some little, it sounded like he hadn't had puberty yet, comes up, can I hit the rock with you? I was like, no, go ahead, it's all yours. Turned my back, got speared in the back instantly.
It's classic, isn't it?
It's when people do their friendly jump and still attack you.
Yeah.
That annoys me. Some
guy came up to me, jumped, I was like, oh, you did the friendly jump. Then he starts attacking me, and I was like, dude, you did the friendly jump, what the fuck? And he's like... what was friendly about that? And I was like, have you ever played any game?
My favourite is when they run up and just go, I'm friendly. And then you go, alright, dude, how's your day? And then they just pull a spear out and just spear you in the face. Fucking hate that.
Yeah. I would have killed him when I seen him, but I didn't have a weapon, so.
You're very quiet, Jambi. You still here? Are you dead?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Very quiet. Alright, so... Right, so obviously we've talked about lots of problems. With raiding and stuff, and the fact that you can't fucking find the pipes to rocket raid, you can't fucking find the C4, satchel charges are too slow and bloody stupid. But how would you fix that? Is there any way you could change that?
BP system?
Rice is a big advocate for the BP system, guys, if you hadn't noticed.
With satchels, I would make them not last as long, obviously. They could still dud out, but not sit there for
minutes,
for almost
2 minutes and then dud out.
If that's
I'd say have a cutoff point where it maybe 15 to 20 seconds where if it hasn't exploded, then it will dud, but no longer.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
It's still 15 seconds seems like quite a long time when you're waiting, fucking nervous as fuck that you're gonna get rolled.
It is,
up
but
on.
they're the sort of not to like sound fucking, I don't know what the word is, but that's the rusty sort of aspect of the game, isn't it? It's a.
I'll tell you what would be quite cool if you could put all of them on at once and like the first one, and the first one has the chance to derd or
like
whatever.
The other ones.
But once the first one goes off, it sets all of them off at the same time. That would be quite good.
Like an explosion in the vicinity would destroy the others.
Yeah.
So that would be sort of semi-realistic.
You can get it a distance away from it enough to where you can throw a big moonshot and land them all on there without taking any damage.
Yeah, I do that every time. Like, you were really surprised when we did it the other day, Ben, when I tried to throw the bean can and the satchel on at the same time.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't like the fact that they've got thrown animations.
No, that killed it for me. They were fun when I could just throw all four at once.
When you could when you could spam the shit out of it.
That way, I wouldn't mind the fact that they took forever, because at least they were all on the door. That was fine. Because with stupid throwing animation, and I'm throwing two. I go for 4. I try and go for 4 every time. If I die, I die. But a lot of people just go for 2 at a time.
Yeah, I was pushing it, going for 2 last time. I was like, whoa, Ben, calm down.
Which shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. You've put so much fucking shit into these. At least be able to throw them.
Another thing I would fix, if they want to nerf the F1 grenade, fine. But the next thing you would use would be bean cans, but you can't use the bean cans because they blow up in your face. Just make it to where you can at least put a bean can on a door without it blowing up in your face.
It explodes every time, immediately.
At this point,
every single time, man, they blow up in your face.
At this point, the bean can grenade's only worth for crafting the satchels, and the F1 grenade has no use because nobody uses it in PvP unless they get it in a drop of some kind. Nobody crafts them.
They do
like a worthless item.
They do 15 damage or 14 damage to a sheet metal door. So if you shoot
5,
it with a rocket,
5 now.
the frag grenade, but the bean can, you can do 2 bean cans, but you'll have 1 health left. If you shoot a rocket, 2 bean cans.
Because they don't let you get away from them.
So if you're going to do that style of raiding, you have to craft some explosive ammo, you have to have bean cans, and you have to have the rocket launcher and the rocket. It's a lot of shit to keep up with, man.
Well, that's the problem as well. When you do that sort of raid, your inventory is full when you go to do this raid, because you've got to take all of that shit. You've got to take a door, code lock. You're running with a full inventory.
I thought about making a silencer with the semi rifle, but I went and tried it, and with the explosive ammo, if you don't have a silencer, it'll do like 2.5, 3 damage on average per shot. But if you put the silencer on it, it'll do 1.5 to 2. So I thought that maybe would have been a thing, silent raid, but it didn't work out because it would take like 2,000 gunpowder or something to get through the door.
One thing that was good, that was sort of was another aspect to raiding which they removed because it was kind of OP. You used to be able to explosive ammo like sheet metal doors really
if you went to that
efficiently
to like the bottom of it.
If you shot right
the
bottom middle, it would do 6 damage per shot.
And ladder hatches. There's ladder hatches as well.
So like when you used to get like explosive ammo from drops, you used to just go on a raid. Not from drops, from helicopters. You used to just save it to go on a raid.
I used to do nothing but explosive ammo raids. You couldn't do it with an AK because it would damage it too quick, so you'd have to use a semi-rifle.
Never even fucking crossed my mind.
It would break it. It would break an AK in no time. Shooting explosive ammo through it.
What's an explosive ammo? I don't think I've ever crafted one.
It's the black one.
Entire life.
It's the 5.56 bullet.
It's the bomb.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I've
never crafted one.
Not crafted one ever in Rust, and I've got like 1,200.
I haven't crafted them. We used to get them from helicopters.
No.
Yeah.
The best way to shoot them now, if you stand at the door and shoot it right in the middle, you'll do 1.5 damage per shot on average. But if you hit the corner, like the bottom right corner on the wood frame that the door sits on, if you hit it right in the corner just right, it'll do 4 damage every once in a while.
Really?
But it's random. I don't know.
Does that not hurt you when you stood there?
Yeah, if you sit too close.
Yeah, you can sit back. If you are shooting it, you know.
It will hurt you though if you're too close.
Yeah, you used to be able to shoot incendiary rockets in between the sheet metal. You know, the gaps in the sheet metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why people make external, like when people make bases and they've got external cupboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they're always out of stone, because you used
Shoot
to be
your
able
rocket
to
through and get the fire into the inside.
Oh wow.
and then pop your own cupboard down
build
and
in. That's crazy, isn't it?
build
It's
in.
just different
Know
fucking
that.
raiding styles that they've managed to take out of the game. So, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really hurt me, man, with these
it's
last.
the
nerfs
F1
they've
grenade.
done.
Yeah. And speaking of which, the ladder hatches. Am I right in saying you can't bone
No, you can't do
club
that.
them anymore?
Or hatch it.
Well,
They,
you-
they don't got a
can
soft
do it.
side anymore.
If you got time.
They don't have a soft
No,
side
you can't
anymore. I
hatch
don't
it.
think.
I don't know why
Oh,
doors
I
don't do
fucking
that.
hated it when they got
The-
rid of soft-sided doors.
Soft side doors were my life.
If you put that
Right.
door on the
It
wrong
was
way
so
round, that was your own fault. That
Yeah, I mean, if they want to like keep noobs playing, make a tutorial and tell them which way the soft side is.
And have they never seen a fucking door before? Like, I know when a door's not on the right way, man. I
It
don't know
annoys
about
me
you
when
guys.
it's open in the wrong
But
way.
if I'm looking at that, I'm going, that's just wrong. Like, that's obviously the inside.
Yeah.
I didn't play whenever they had.
Oh, no,
soft
that
side
was-
doors. I hadn't started
It
yet.
was so good. It was
This
so
is the first shooting game that I have played on computers, except for
Oh.
Duke
no,
Nukem back in the
same,
day.
same.
Wow. So, have you just been like a console man?
No, I played Rome, Total War, and strategy
yeah,
games,
yeah.
RTS.
No, this is my first fucking computer game. This on PC.
Oh man, I'm hyped right now, dude. Got my tax check in, and I ordered my parts for my new PC build last
Hell yeah.
night. Should be here tomorrow. I got a 1070 and an
Nice.
i7. The
Nice.
Kaby Lake.
Jealous.
Sweet.
Have you got 64 gigabytes of RAM to run Rust, though?
No.
You have to play Rust for over an hour. It takes like 16 gigs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Although I think they did
I
some
haven't had no
updates
problems with it.
to the FPS stutter.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
trying
this
to they're
week,
trying to
so
sort it out.
Yeah,
hopefully that will go a
that's-
bit.
I saw that on Twitter, but there's a lot of times where they say they've optimized, but it doesn't have any effect.
Anytime they say they optimize, they just fuck it all up, man.
The last time they optimized it, I lost like 20
Oh,
FPS.
Yeah, it's crazy. You have to fiddle around
Mine's
with settings
dead
for an hour.
when they changed it.
Take what they say with a
I just
pinch of
leave it
salt.
most of the time. All right, so in terms of like the old stuff, obviously now they're bringing in loads of old. They're trolling through the sort of old stuff that they talked about bringing in, like the vending machine,
The
Concept limo.
Yeah,
concept limbo type stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So at one point there was like other raiding tools. So in my head I've got that
Yeah.
sort of like, it was like a really sort of rusty, old timey sort of rocket ballista sort of missile thing. Really old, like
Alright.
really low
Yeah.
resources, low
There
cost.
was
There was
the
a chainsaw thing, battering ram.
Chainsaw.
What sort of those sort of things?
There was a raid tower
There
on
was.
wheels at one
There
point or
was.
something.
yeah, like sort of
Yeah,
medieval
that's the
style.
sort of shit I
Yeah.
want. Imagine rolling up a fucking battering ram to a wood door.
Yeah,
Right, guys, get the trebuchet. We're going in.
You guys remember Terminator 2 Judgment Day? The little boy had the little card he would put in
Yeah.
the ATM
Yeah.
and hack it. They
Yeah.
need something for hacking.
Oh my
code
god,
blocks,
that would be
man.
cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be cool if a crazy small chance that one satchel charge could get rid of the code lock, and then you could just open the door. That'd be pretty nice.
you used to be able to sort of take forever
Yeah.
guessing codes and stuff. And
Yeah,
used
that
to
was
But then
great.
they
Just
made it so
do
it
it
hurt
once.
you, so you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, they made it so it like hurt you exponentially by like each time you took it, you take more
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah,
But yeah, that used to be a thing. I mean, it was rare, but
I
You-
guessed
you'd
the
hear
code
about
once,
it.
and oh my god, I've never been
Yeah.
more excited in my life. That's great.
there was a big clan called BP Plus. They were like one of the biggest clans on Rustopia for a while, and a guy I know got their codes,
Jesus, that would have been a fucking
and
menace.
yeah,
That's hectic.
they had like 2
Oh my
boxes of
god,
soap
that's like
and shit.
that's
Great.
like when that Bumbo video where he just walks into a clan
Yeah, and he's
because he
just
changes
walked
his
in.
name so it's got the clam tag in it. And he just walks in. That's incredible. That's the shit I want to do.
Yeah, I'm
Something-
never that
No.
lucky. I'm
I
never-
don't.
Something that could be cool if it was like super expensive. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe this would be OP because I'm talking from a solo perspective, right? But maybe it'd be super OP if clans had it, like some sort of EMP that would go off, and you'd have like 2 or 3 seconds to open the doors in
Oh,
the
shit.
vicinity. So, but then you'd be
Yeah.
locked in, right?
It's
So, I
definitely
don't know.
it's something that sounds great in concept, but I
Yeah,
guarantee
but then
clans
in
would spam
game,
it.
clans
abuse
would,
it.
yeah, they-
Yeah, you like That's the thing that they've got to think about, is
Solo and
balancing
clan.
for clans, not just solos.
Yeah, I think that's what their reasoning is with a lot of these nerfs. But I mean, the clans are going to do it to the max no matter what.
Yeah,
So any
it's
nerf they
just,
do hit solo players harder, I think.
It's certainly the like axiom of being in a clan is you have an advantage over everyone, and if you choose to play solo, like some sort of idiot,
Like us fucking.
It's like
Then,
you guys, you solved the problem on the last podcast, or whichever one it was. You just got to pick your server right, and if you want to play
Yeah.
solo,
Yeah.
get on a smaller server.
That's how it is.
You know, it all
And
works
I think
out.
you do that a lot now, don't you, Ben? You look for, and with you look for servers that are.
yeah, solo, duo, trio is the max I go on now, and it's a lot better experience. for
My
me.
only problem with it's not
And-
just those sort of servers. Every server now is dead by Sunday. That's my only problem.
Death. Yeah.
That's why Wither, I admire you for getting all your shit in on a Friday and Saturday, or Thursday and Friday.
You have to, or unless you
have
want to make a
to,
video where you just raid and raid some base and nobody don't have to worry about counter raiders towards the middle of the week. And
Yeah.
I've done that a few times, like whenever I saved up for the big rocket raid I done a couple series ago. But it takes so long to save that shit up. By the time you use it, there ain't gonna be nobody around. So I
Yeah.
quit doing that shit now. Mainly just try to do online raids.
A lot more
or,
fun.
something quick.
See, my problem with
Yeah,
using satchels for an online raid is the fact that if you throw a fucking satchel on a door and they don't go off in time, they've got the chance to bloody repair the door, which
Repair it. Yeah.
I think it's 10 seconds. Is it 10 seconds? You have to shoot the door in
Yeah.
between, like every
Yeah.
10
which
seconds.
I haven't got
while
the
it's
fucking
going on.
brain power to be able to think about doing that. It
lot
is.
goes
It
into
is.
it, man.
I'm panicking. Sweat's pouring off me. I'm looking around, seeing if anybody's around. I'm
And then when you post the video, everybody in the
Yeah.
comments, you should have grabbed that. You should have went over here. He was
You're
like,
like, dude, I could. Everything was a blurry shape at that
I was-
point. Do you think
I was
could see
blind.
what was going on?
It's great when you're not under pressure.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll
You're
do
not
that when I'm,
worried about people
when I'm
coming
editing
to
it
steal
back.
your
I'll be
raid.
like, everyone's gonna hate you for missing that one piece of rope. What have you done here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left
Well,
that turret.
grab
I left the
something.
turret.
Oh, God.
Once, man, and I must have been 100 comments about that damn turret.
Oh.
I had a turret in my base already. It's I
Exactly,
wasn't worried about the turret.
In my head, most of the time, it's like, well, I don't really need that. I could leave that, and then everyone in the comments, oh, why have you left that? That's fucking awesome. You should have grabbed that. No, I didn't think I needed it.
When you're searching through chests, you don't have the brain power to think about all this stuff. So you have to make the decision before you go in there
Exactly.
what you're going to look for. So sulfur and low grade
Cloth.
maybe, and that's all you look for. That's why you miss stuff.
Exactly.
'Cause you can't process
And then there's a
everything,
box full of
That
stone,
sucks.
and you just get sidetracked, and you're just like, oh my god, look at all the stone.
Yeah.
when in reality, you could just get a salvaged ice pick and go and farm a box full of stone in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Or wood. Whenever I see wood, I'm like, wood. Let me get all of
I
that.
Yeah,
can't
wood's
be
a
asked
pain
to
in the
get
ass,
wood.
man.
I
You
just
always
can't
need
be asked
wood.
to farm wood.
Always need wood. Always need wood. It's horrible.
This is why you just craft walls with
Yeah.
it. Then
Yeah.
You don't have
I've
to
started to
up.
learn to do that, but I always forget sometimes because I just like.
You always need walls, even if they do craft by
Just
accident.
throw them round your
just-
base. It'll be fine.
Wood walls you can always keep for PvP, and stone walls
Yeah,
you just
true.
shot around
I
your
don't
base.
put wood walls around my base. Even though they decay
No,
really
there's-
quickly, but to be fair, I'm not gonna run up a fucking flamethrower or a wood high wall. Let's be honest.
Nah, no one's got time for that.
You can hatchet them if you've got enough.
Yeah, I've
time or
hatched it.
enough
Well,
people.
that's the thing. Enough people again. It's different game, isn't it? Playing with different people.
The only time I use a
Yeah,
wood
it's
wall is
Completely
for,
Yeah,
different
it
game
is.
if you're solo.
It is.
Definitely.
Just walking out of your base, just open the door and walking out, it feels totally different, even if it's just one more person. Than
When,
Yeah.
when I've
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I've played solo, it's definitely like you walk out your base, you're
Yeah.
looking around all the time.
hell
Sort
yeah,
of, you
man.
hear a noise, you crouch, you're going to bush.
yeah, literally.
That's one of the biggest advantages that playing with a group has. Is
Well,
they
exactly.
got more than
Well-
one set of eyes,
Yeah.
Because
And
the
it's
majority of fights, it's who gets the first shot off wins. So if you see the person first, then you're more than likely going to win the fight.
It's the comfort as well. I find when I play solo, I'm really on edge, and then I always like my hands are a bit shaky when I'm in a gunfight or a bow fight. But if I'm with someone else, I'm dead calm. I'm fine. Like I know I've got someone watching my back or someone like putting fire down as well. So I'm not at
Exactly.
all like nervous about it.
Well,
So I play better, I think.
feel more ambitious as well playing with somebody else. Like if I see two people running along the mountain, I'm not going to go towards them if I'm a solo player, but if I've got one person with me, I probably will. That sort of game.
Yeah, right.
But that's just the different beast that is Rust, isn't it? Totally different game.
Yeah, that's why I prefer playing with sort of more than one person, because
Do
then
you make videos?
No, you should.
no,
Rice, you
no.
should.
just
Fucking
Yeah,
PvP
you should.
god.
yeah,
as well.
Shit.
I'm joining the army soon, so
They'll love it
I've
over
really
there.
got time.
They'll love it over there.
Oh,
Just crack up your computer.
Show 'em
Yeah.
my PvP skills. Shut down some
Yeah.
external.
They'll fucking love it. Right, guys, that's kind of everything that I had written down in terms of topics. Is there anything that you guys wanted to touch on or anything?
I just want to say to Gary, if he sees this, please, BP system.
Yeah,
Please,
I knew
I'll
you were gonna
love
say
you
that.
forever.
Oh.
And also, please make it so I can hide in my fridge when I'm getting raided and jump out and shotgun them all. Thank you.
Yeah, but do you freeze
Exactly.
to death if you hide in your fridge?
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I mean, fridges, what do they go to? Like -1 maybe at the max?
The fridges should be fine.
Exactly.
Indiana Jones
If a
survived
C4
in
if a
a
C4
nuclear
goes
blast.
off, is my
Nuclear
fridge
blast,
flying
yeah.
out of the? Is my fridge
I'm
flying
good.
out of the
Get in my
roof?
fridge.
Who knows?
Rockets coming through. Get in
It's
your
like
fridge.
it's like its own
Yeah,
military bunker.
it's
It'll be
great.
fine.
might spill your open beans, but you'll be okay.
You end up with
Human
beans
meat
all over
going
your
everywhere.
face.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for coming on and chewing the cud, as they say. That one time. No, welcome. Thank
Thanks
you very
for having me
much.
on,
No
Tilz. I
worries,
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
everybody for
thanks for
coming on.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry
it
for
was really
crashing
nice to
into
have a
your
different-
show.
The show.
Crashing
That's the thing. It's like a fucking talk show. But no, thank you very much for coming on, Rice. It was nice to have a different perspective from sort of 4 solo players against somebody in a group. It was a nice sort of contrast.
And if your group ever sees my base, please
No,
don't raid me.
please leave me alone. I'll put a big sign up that says "Solo player lives here.
Yeah,
Leave me be."
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll leave you alone, but I doubt anyone else will.
Boys, perfect time. 6 seconds ago, Helk put, all right, let's do this. Updating officials.
Perfect.
He better not. I'm in the queue, and I'm like 16
Oh,
players from
you're gonna
130
die.
odd.
Is
So
update
Yeah, it's
come out?
looking like they're doing it.
This
They're pushing
guy.
it. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the podcast, please hit that like button on it. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about raiding and everything in terms of that. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next podcast or any of my other videos. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week, and I'll catch you all in the next video.